Welcome back to the show, and I'm with Mike Clark, who is president of the Leeds and Liverpool Canal Society, and we're on board a fantastic vessel here called the Kennet. And Mike, just tell me a little bit about the history of the vessel that we're on here.
Well, the Kennet is one of the river-class boats. It's the last of the river-class boats, built in 1947, and most of them are named after northern waterways, but they'd sort of run out, so that's why it's called the Kennet, and it's a southern river
this is
rather
what I
than a
thought.
northern one.
Yes, and we were talking earlier, this it's on its home kind of canal here, really.
Yes, it was built for the Leeds and Liverpool Canal, say in 1947, for carrying general cargo, so it would carry wool from Liverpool into Yorkshire, sugar from Tate & Lyle's factory in Liverpool, all the way along, grain from Birkenhead, and cement from the Leeds end. So all sorts of things that need to be kept dry because it's got to cover over the hold where they carried the cargo.
And it would have perhaps come here with cotton for the mill?
Yes, almost certainly it would have worked up here, although by that time
maybe
the mill was, I think, had closed by then.
Possibly, yes. Certainly past its heyday, that's for sure.
After the Second World War, the industry was sort of decimated.
But it sort of would have travelled.
It certainly would have come past here.
Yes, so it's sort of coming home, really.
Well, it is.
Yes.
Well, we actually keep it most of the time on the Leeds and Liverpool Canal, so it's always on its home soil or home water.
Well, I think I've seen this several times. I used to live very close to the canal at Appley Bridge, so the little village there. So I'm sure I've seen this moored up there a few times in the past.
Well, because if you say Appley Bridge or Appley Bridge,
Appley Bridge, just up the road in Wigan.
Yes, because there's also an Appley Bridge.
There is, and everybody gets confused between the two.
So it's quite confusing on the canal. Yes,
it is. No, this is the local Appley Bridge there.
Yes.
So I would have seen her here, or there, I should say.
Yes, we used to go to the event at Burscough. They have an annual heritage.
Right.
We didn't go this year, but because we were over more on the Yorkshire side this year.
That's right. So you can probably hear in the background there's lots and lots of visitors as we speak. We're sat inside the Kennet at the moment. And just how many visitors did you have yesterday, were you telling me?
Well, it's our biggest number, our greatest number ever. We had 1,500 and odd visitors in the day.
That is amazing, isn't it?
Well, it's almost double our sort of largest number before.
Yeah. So there's a lot of interest, isn't there?
Yes, I think it's a tremendously successful boat going out and actually taking history and heritage to the community.
Yes.
And we've won several awards for what we do. But if you go on the Leeds and Liverpool Canal Society website, join, and you can come along and be a volunteer. You can steer the boat or help us at open events. We are very keen to get more people involved, particularly young people.
That's right, and learn the history of the canal.
Yes.
Beautiful vessels such as this as well.
Well, it is. It's a really good way to get to know your canal, get to know about the history, and find out how to steer a boat.
Well, I used to take many holidays on the canals when my son was a little bit younger, and we had the traditional narrowboat, 60-foot narrowboat, and they take a little bit of getting used to start off with.
Well, it does, but it's surprising that having a boat that's the full size of the canal, it actually makes it a bit easier in some ways.
Right.
Once you know you can get it through the bridges without sort of banging the sides.
Yes, that's right.
And get it into the locks.
Yes. Yeah. And of course it's a much slower pace as well, isn't it? It's sort of 3-4 mile an hour, something like that.
Oh, it is. But, I mean, it's funny that people need to understand, they're not used to going at 4 miles an hour or 3 miles an hour. And it does take quite a bit of getting used to going and at such a slow rate.
Yeah, but I thoroughly enjoyed all my times on the canal network, and it just does take you to a different level, and it's just so calm and peaceful, and all the countryside just drifting past. It's beautiful, really.
Well, it is, and I do think the Leeds and Liverpool is perhaps the best of all canals. I mean, one of the reasons is that there's just such a variety of scenery. We're here alongside a cotton mill.
Yes.
You go up a couple of 100 yards and you're out in the country.
That's right.
And then you go through Blackburn and the industrial
all the
bit.
Industrial side.
But then you come out the other side and it's always changing.
Yes.
Going from the flat lands of West Lancashire to the moors when you're going up over into Craven.
Yeah, excellent. So if people want to get involved, and the listeners of Chorley FM, and I'm sure they will, how can they get involved with your organisation?
Well, we do have a website, which is, I think, www.llcs.org.uk.
Excellent.
But just Leeds and Liverpool Canal Society will find us.
Just search that and they'll find that.
Send us an email. Kennet itself is based up at Greenberfield, that's Barnoldswick, on the summit of the canal, and we travel into Yorkshire one year and into Lancashire the next, but it sort of overlaps.
Yes.
And we do have other events that we run, but the boat takes up a lot of our time.
Yes.
It's our sort of prime reason for having the society
Absolutely.
now.
Yes. Like you see, just looking around, all the history of the canal, all the old photographs, and it's marvellous, isn't it, really, just to see all the history behind the canal itself, how it was built, and all the vessels that used to travel up and down.
Well, it's got such a sort of long history, I suppose 250 years if you go right back.
Yes.
Last year we did the 200th anniversary of the first voyage throughout when the canal was completed, which was incredibly successful.
Yes.
Thousands of people turned out to watch the boat going along.
Terrific.
And I mean, it's a really enjoyable way of getting involved with the local community and providing benefit to local people.
Yes, exactly. Well, Mike, thank you very, very much for sparing the time. You're very, very busy here. I can see that at the moment, so I'll let you get back to all the visitors that are on board here. And again, if anybody wants more information, they just look up on the internet Leeds and Liverpool Canal Society.
That's it.
And your website will pop up there. They can send you an email, hopefully, join, and have a lot of fun with you.
Yeah, it's very cheap to join, only £10.
Perfect. Mike, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye now.
Bye.